Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, June 26th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have so much baseball going on today. It literally starts at like 11 Central Time, goes seriously all the way through the night. I think the last game starts at like 6:30, so it'll be done just before you guys go to bed. So I'm super excited to dive into it. But before I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here once again to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. Without any further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We are absolutely on fire right now with our picks. We have been really solid here recently. Hopefully we can keep it up. I found two plays that really stand out to me, and I'm really excited to dive into it. So let's go ahead and do it. But first, let's do a quick recap as of yesterday. We did have the Diamondbacks and the Tigers, no run first inning. I know that there was a lot of people skeptical about that play, and rightfully so. There was no reason it should have been juiced like that in our favor, but it did end up working out for us. It was very sweaty. There's a lot of times that I did get nervous, but it ended up working out for us. Then we did have the Mets and the Marlins over 4 runs in the first 5 innings. There was no runs scored there for a while. It definitely made me a little bit nervous, but going into the 5th inning, they did end up having 5 runs, so we ended up winning that bet too. So we are on a 12-2 run right now. We are absolutely on fire. Let's go ahead and keep this train rolling. I found 2 plays I really like. Without any further ado, let's waste no more time, and let's dive into it. So our first play of the day, we're taking another first 5 play. We're going with the Padres and their run line at minus 0.5 in the first 5 versus the Phillies at minus 105 odds. Now, the Padres, they've been one of the best teams to the money line just in general in the entire MLB this year. They are 35, 24, and 12 to the money line in the first 5 this year. I don't have any of the spread records for the first 5, so I do apologize about that. If you guys do have a good website for it, make sure to link it down below, because I only have money line and over under, so it definitely doesn't really help too much. But at home this year, to the first 5, they are 16, 13, and 4 at home, so definitely a very solid home team here to the first 5 and just a first 5 team in general. The Phillies, on the flip side of things, they are not even above 500 when it comes to the first 5 innings. They are 29, 32, and 9 to the money line in the first 5 innings. They're also 12, 19, and 3 to the money line on the road. So they definitely are not a great road team in the first 5, but definitely not a great first 5 team just in general. Darvish this year, despite having a little bit of a rough start, I think we all remember that. I was definitely high on Darvish to start off the year, and he definitely let me down multiple times. But Darvish this year is 7-3 with a 3.17 ERA, so he has really turned things around. He's been on an absolute hot streak here recently, and in his last 5 games, he's had a 2.23 ERA. So definitely tons of value here. Darvish has been great, but at home this year, Darvish has a 1.34 ERA. I think that speaks a lot of volume. Darvish has been great at home this year, and I don't really foresee any of that changing. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. On the flip side of things, for the Phillies, Kyle Gibson has a 5.4 ERA on the road, which is definitely not something that you want to be putting your money on if you are looking for that first 5 spread. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. Another little fun fact, Darvish is the 3rd most profitable pitcher in the first 5 innings, and his first 5 innings record is 10, 1, and 2. Darvish has been an absolute money maker here for the first 5 innings, and hopefully he can keep that up, because I think that this is a really great spot to be taking the Padres and their run line, so we're riding with it. Padres minus 0.5 run line in the first 5 versus the Phillies at minus 105 odds. Now, our second play of the day is going to be coming from a game that I'm going to be watching very closely. We're taking the Cardinals team total over 4.5 versus the Cubs at minus 125 odds. Now, this one is a little bit juiced, not super juiced. It's just minus 125, but it is a little bit more juiced than what the Padres one was. But I still think that it's really solid value, especially for one that I really like. The Cardinals, they do average the 6th most runs per game in the entire MLB at 4.74 runs per game. So they have been really, really good at scoring runs this year, and I don't foresee that changing against this very bad Cubs team. In this series here versus the Cubs, they have scored 5 runs and they've scored 0 runs. They did get shut out versus the Cubs here recently. Definitely don't foresee that happening again. Both of these games, even the 5-run game, I feel like they still have so much more left in the tank. I feel like it's going to be a very, very high-scoring game. And so hopefully the Cardinals can come out and just, Paul Goldschmidt can go ahead and hit a home run. Maybe Pujols can hit a home run. Either way, I would love to be able to see it. But they have scored 5 runs and 0 runs so far in this series. So I definitely think they are due for a game where they just absolutely hit everything. Also, at home this year, the Cardinals do average 4.69 runs per game. So they are just under the amount that we need. We just need them to get 5. So if they can just get that 1 extra run, we can go ahead and win this bet. Alec Mills is going to be on the mound for the Cubs. I am not worried whatsoever about Alec Mills. He is 0-1 with an 8.59 ERA. He has been absolutely awful this year, and I don't foresee any of that changing. If you take a look at it, in his last 5 games that he's pitched, here have been the run totals for the other team. The Pirates, they scored 12 runs. The Padres, they scored 19 runs. The Yankees, they scored 18 runs. The Yankees, again, they scored 2. And the Orioles, they scored 9. So all of these teams have been absolutely blistering baseballs here versus Alec Mills and just versus the Cubs in general. And I don't foresee any of that changing. The Cardinals are obviously a very good hitting team, and hopefully they can keep that rolling into today's game. Also, the Cubs, they do give up the 4th most runs per game at 5.31. So if they literally just give up their average, we win the bet. So I definitely do see a lot of value here for the Cardinals. Like I said, Cubs are not a very good team when it comes to just in general, but especially on the defensive side of the ball, they definitely are not a very good team. So, and the Cardinals are a very solid hitting team. They just like in these past 2 games haven't really got things going, but I definitely think that they will in this next one. So, that is going to be our second and final pick. Cardinals team total over 4.5 here versus the Cubs at -125 odds. Can we keep this 12-2 record going? I don't know, but hopefully we can. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. I would love to be able to hit that here coming up. So if you guys could, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It truly would mean a lot. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.